What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Wait for a few more folks to get in. What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a good Sunday. I'll try to do more of these live streams, but it's just getting the time. I think many of you know I have a 2-year-old, so sometimes it's difficult to get some time and even some quiet time. So that's why it's a bit easier if I'm out on the road. I can do a live stream from my car to talk some crypto. Driving to Brooklyn right now. It's a nice warm day here in New York City. Surprisingly warm. It's in the 60s. Generally, it's like in the 30s. So not complaining, but very odd weather for sure. Not the norm. So guys, I wanted to talk about, something I've been thinking about, and I'm probably going to make a specific video highlighting a few things, but it's related to the videos I published earlier this week where we're seeing significant investment into the building out of Bitcoin mining. And it's the timing of it is very interesting because, like 80% of all Bitcoin have already been mined, and the block reward is about to be cut in half. Yet we're seeing a big mining farm being started in Texas, the Whinstone mining farm there, and it's set to be the largest in the world. So that has me thinking, what is going on? And especially in the United States, where even the president tweeted about Bitcoin, and there's still a lot of people not on board. There are certain senators and folks, some politicians who are behind it, trying to push for regulations, but we don't have the full consensus. But $150 million being invested into a mining farm in Texas. What is that about? And then we read about in Russia a mining company looking to expand and get nuclear power to help power their mining farm, which is interesting, right? And then Canada, there's investments being made. So something is coming ahead, guys. I obviously don't know, but I always tell you guys, follow the money, watch what the money's doing. And the fact that they're doubling down on mining now is interesting. Why is that? Could they know something we don't, that the price of Bitcoin and the crypto market's really about to take off? And then you see all these central banks are scrambling to get their central bank digital currencies going. And China, I think, is leading. They're trying the yuan to be digitalized. I know the U.S. Treasury is working on items, and many other central banks around the world. So we're really at a point where it seems like everybody's scrambling to get on board here to make sure they don't get left behind. And once again, the mining part of Bitcoin is really kind of telling a story here. Why are they investing millions of dollars into building out more robust and bigger mining farms? And it would have made sense if they did this years ago when it was easier to mine, and you get more Bitcoins per solving each respective algorithm block, right? Confirming transactions. So very interesting developments here. And then we know the recession certainly around the corner. Stock market is due for a correction. Sort of price explosion within the next 3 years? I certainly think so. Bitcoin halving coming up this year. but the central bank digital currencies, and then you see millions of dollars being put into building out mining facilities, which is really, really has me scratching my head a bit, but I'm also not too surprised. So very interesting things happening, and I certainly think if we go into that recession and people start moving their money to more safer assets such as crypto, I also think they will move into precious metals as they have historically, gold, silver, and so forth. But crypto will be that new asset class that they can diversify in, and all these things, coupled together, we could potentially see some significantly new prices. When and how much, obviously, not a fortune teller, but when you look at the facts and you look at the situation and all these things together, it's certainly looking like looks like we're trending in a direction of the growth of this market. So it just has me thinking, and really the big catalyst or the big item that I'm really thinking about is, why are these guys putting so much money into Bitcoin mining? Something is going on here, especially in the United States, and what's going to happen in Texas. $150 million, 100-acre land. I mean, what is going on? Something, especially in the United States, maybe they're looking at competing here and stealing some of that power, that hash rate power rate. So very, very interesting things happening, guys. And I'm still waiting for the mass marketing from the big players, such as your back TD Ameritrade and others. I think a lot of them are still waiting on regulatory clarity in the United States. So hoping the Cryptocurrency Act of 2020 gets passed this year, or they're going to have to rename the bill, right? It's a very robust bill. I had covered it in a video, and I'm hoping that gets passed. And I think that'll really open floodgates. A lot of money sitting on the sidelines, a lot of companies not wanting to take the risk because they don't know, okay, how should we move in this direction? If, could they be penalized, right? Things like that. These are things, the risk assessment that many of them are probably thinking about until we get the full regulatory clarity here. So I certainly think the market has a bright future. It's just a matter of being patient and waiting through it. You look at all the developments that are happening, it's pretty amazing. Very much similar to the dot-com boom in the 90s, where it took time, right? And if you guys recall, if you are old enough, when the dot-com bubble popped, there were a lot of people that were saying the internet is done. Look at all these companies that went out of business. Look at what's happening. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But we all know how that ended up. It is now the way we transact, communicate, and all of that, how we get information, right? And these things take time, and there's going to be naysayers, there's going to be regression a bit sometimes in new markets. But if one thing's for certain, if the technology is disruptive and it has potential to change our lives, then it's not going anywhere. It may take some time to get to maturity, and I certainly believe that for crypto and blockchain. And I think the writing's on the wall with all these investments, the millions of dollars, all the big players getting in. Once you see Wall Street getting in, it's here to stay, guys. It is here to stay. They see the money. They see the milk and honey, so to speak. They want to go after it and get their cut. And the governments, like I said, I love to reiterate this, that they're not killing it, guys. They are going to regulate it, just like the other asset classes and financial markets. And my personal opinion is that eventually cryptos and different tokenized assets will be listed on stock exchanges. So I could probably stream for another 5 minutes or so, almost at my destination, but just wanted to check in with you guys. And you guys know I personally diversify. I know there's a lot of maximalists for different coins. I'm more bullish on others than some others, but I'm not certainly diversifying to reduce the risk in my portfolio. That's just my approach, not financial or investment advice. You guys should seek a professional investment advisor, for those things. But just from dabbling in stocks and different things over the years. That's how I want to approach it. And we can't predict the future. You never know what can happen with one specific coin or crypto. Um, so that's just my approach, guys. Um, I would hope that you guys are also thinking about it from that standpoint. That okay, what happens if you're all in on one coin? What happens if Murphy's Law, something goes wrong, right? What would you do if that one in particular didn't go well? That's something you got to think about. Now, I'm very bullish on XRP. It's my number one in my portfolio, but diversifying in Bitcoin and Ethereum and others as well. But the top three are what makes up the majority of my portfolio. And I'm still exploring, other cryptos. Things I'm looking into is like Chainlink and all of that. I know some people have asked me if I've invested in the Library token, the Library video platform. I'm still, researching that. I don't like to make rash decisions. I know some people have asked me about Casino Coin. Still looking at those things, and for certain, if I update my portfolio, I'll let you guys know. I've shared it on my channel before. Anyway, guys, I gotta drop. I'm almost at my destination. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you're all doing well, and please subscribe, please thumbs up, please share this video if you found it helpful, and I'll try to do more live streams. And take care, guys. I'll talk to you all later.